good morning, and welcome to Tuesday Transformation Tidbits with Patrice. Can you believe it that we're on December 31st, 2024? What an amazing year that we have had so far this year. I don't know about you, but I am just so grateful that God has allowed me to see the last day of 2024. I haven't crossed over, and you haven't crossed over to 2025 as of yet. But I don't know about you, but I stand in great expectation of what God will be doing in 2025. This is Tuesday Transformation Tidbits with Patrice, where we're transforming the way that you're thinking. We're helping you to overcome, setbacks that were in your life, and we're igniting the power, the passion, and the potential that lies on the inside of you. For the month of December, we've been talking about making room for the shift. And I don't know about you, and I don't know how much you have done to make room for the shift, but it is so important that we take this last couple of hours that we have in 2024 and begin to get things together, get our minds together, get our hearts and our wills together. We're still on this bridge, crossing over into 2025, and we're almost at our destination. Just think about it. You got a couple of more hours before you reach your destination on today. And the closer you get to the city, they say while you're driving, the higher the traffic gets. So the traffic is going to be very intense for you on today. But I believe that you'll be able to make it the 2025. For the month of December, as we talked about making room for the shift, we talked about creating space for the next. We talked about examining our motives. We talked about getting out of our comfort zone and moving into a place that's more conducive to where we're going in 2025. We talked about how to develop a growth mindset. Last week, we talked about what a growth mindset was. On today, we're going to talk about steps that we're going to take to get to that mindset. This morning, we're going to talk about how to develop the growth mindset. When you learn how to shift your perspective from seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start viewing those obstacles as opportunities for growth, you know that your mindset is expanding. When we look at a growth mindset, is potential, is transformative. It's a transformative power that we have. We're excited to unlock the opportunities that are coming our way. So we're going to cultivate that mindset as we go into 2025. We're going to have the mindset is that I believe I can do it. I believe that I shall make it. I believe that I shall go forth. We're on board for 2025, and we're declaring that we can do all things through Christ. He's the one that's going to strengthen us. He's the one that's going to keep us as we travel into this year of manifestation. So let's get started on some steps that we need to take. The first step that we need to take to get our mindset together is that we need to recognize a fixed mindset trap. You got to recognize when your mindset is fixed and it's trapping you. What do I mean when I talk about a fixed mindset? A fixed mindset is an ingrained belief that your abilities are stagnant and that you're unchangeable. It's an ingrained belief to say that you shall not make it in the midst of telling yourself that you need to make it. We've got to watch our vocabulary when we talk about the fixed mindset because it's a trap. It's something to trap and to prohibit us from going. So when we have a fixed mindset, a mindset that tells us that we're stagnant, a mindset that tells us that we're unchangeable, our vocabulary says something like, well, that's just the way that I am, or it says that's just how things are. But when we begin to look at that mindset, that's really not a good mindset because things happen to us. It's not just the way they are. It's not just, well, that's just the way that I am. We can change how we are according to our desires in our wills that lies on the inside of it. So we've got to watch and recognize a fixed mindset, which is step number one when we're trying to develop a growth mindset. We've got to be careful of the situations that we enter into. In the situations that we're entering into, we've always got to look for an opportunity of learning. We've got to always look for an opportunity of growth in which that we come through. So my first step is recognize a fixed mindset. The second step we're looking at when we're looking at developing a growth mindset is embracing challenges. I want you to understand, even as we go in 2025, when you knock on the door of 2025, you're knocking on the door of challenges. So you're knocking on the doors of opportunity. And with every opportunity, there's always a challenge. So we've got to embrace challenges as we're growing our mindset, a personal growth mindset. We got how we respond to the challenges that's coming our way. We've got to recognize that our challenges are not roadblocks on our path. But once again, there are opportunities and opportunities for learning, opportunities for growth that we're going in. So we have to look at these challenges. Let me try to see if I can give you an example. You got to look at these challenges as a puzzle that you're trying to solve. You got to look at these challenges as mysteries that you're trying to unravel. I like a good mystery to try to figure out what the end is going to be. So you got to look at challenges as a game that you're trying to win. I don't know about you. When I get into game, my mindset is how can I win? So when I look at challenges, it has to be a game that I'm trying to win, a puzzle that I'm trying to solve, a mystery that I'm trying to unravel. We got to once again get into the mindset that I can do this because I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So no matter what the opportunity or the challenge that I need to embrace, I've got the mindset that I can do it. We've got to remember that growth comes from stretching our abilities, stepping out of our comfort zone, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and daring to do what once we thought was impossible to do. It's a challenge. We've got to go after the challenge. So our third point, that was our second point, embracing challenges. Our third point is don't fear failure. I want somebody to drop in the chat this morning. What does failure mean to you? Give me some words on this morning of how you're going to redefine failure for 2025. What does failure mean to you? When we look at a growth mindset, we don't see failure as dead ends. You know, sometimes when we're traveling, we can come to a dead end in the street, and the dead end basically tells us that we can't go any further. We don't see failure as a dead end, but we view failure as an experience, as an opportunity. As it grows back to learning and to growing. We view failure as stepping stones to a path of success in 2025. When we look at failure, we're going to have a bravery when it comes to failure. If there's a saying that if at first you don't succeed, try again. And 2025 is a year of manifestation, a year that we're going to accelerate and expand. So when we see that failure comes our way, we've got to dust ourselves up, and we've got to get up, and we've got to try again. I challenge you on today, when failure hits your door as you cross in 2025, if it's a mindset that you're going to have, you cannot become despondent or discouraged. But you've got to push past that thing, and you've got to tell that thing that was coming knocking at your doorstep as you enter 2025. I don't see this failure as a stumbling block, but I view this failure as an opportunity for me to travel into my next, for me to remain into my next. I'm expanding, I'm accelerating in 2025. The manifestation of what God is doing for me is being manifest this year. So I've got to get on board, and I've got to get where I'm trying to get. Not only do I have to get there, but I have to excel while I am there. My next point, my fourth point is I've got to value effort. Every effort that I'm going to take, that you're going to take, that we're going to take, and 2025 is going to be something that's not going to paralyze me, but it's going to be something that I'm going to value. When we look at progress, progress sometimes is a slow moving thing, but progress is not a thing that is a waste of time. Progress builds the resilience that we need. When we look at progression, we're looking at strength. We're striving to get to our goal. We have the strength that we need in order to excel and to achieve the things that we need. So when we talk about valuing our efforts, we're talking about progress. We're talking about pushing. We're talking about being active and doing the things that we knew. We're talking about learning how to value what it is that we're doing, the efforts that we're going after. So we're looking at setting specific, achievable goals. Later on in the month of January, I'm going to be talking to you about something called SMART goals. SMART goals is a term that we throw around in corporate America all the time. And it's talking about being specific. It's measurable. It's talking about achievable. It's talking about being relevant. And we're talking about time bound. So when we're talking about SMART goals, we're talking about how do we quantitate something that we're doing. When we talk about valuing our efforts, we're looking at our progression. We're setting tracks. We're putting things in effort. We're looking at the first quarter and we're deciding, God, what is it that you want me to do? And how do I accomplish it? How can I track what I'm doing to make sure that I'm still on track for the things that you have told me to do in 2025. We're recognizing the hard work that we're going to have to do. We're going to value our efforts as we travel in 2025. My fifth step is we're going to continue to learn. No matter what may come our way in 2025, we're going to continue to learn, continue to go after it, continue to expand our mind, continue to accelerate as we enter in 2025. Our desire to learn is like a fundamental pillar. And what happens is when you have a pillar in your mind, that's something that's sturdy. That's something that you hold on. Learning is going to be something that's going to be sturdy for us in 2025. It's going to be something that we're needing to hold on to grow our mindset. We're going to view every day as an opportunity to learn something. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to get into the next year because I want to see the things that God is going to behold me. I want to see the things that God is going to help me to expand my mindset. I want to see how I'm going to learn to excel in the things that God is calling me to do. So I'm excited. I'm looking to master new skills when I get in 2025. Why do I need to master new skills? Because God has greater for me. And in order for me to excel in the greater that God has for me, I have to be able to master. I have to be able to learn it. I have to be able to go after it. Knowledge has to become my desire. I've got to be curious about the thing God is calling me to do. I've got to strive to perfect that thing concerning me that God has called me into. I've got to be ready to do what he's calling me to do. When we look at going into manifestation, we're going into something that's coming into fruition. So when it's coming into fruition, we've got to be ready to receive that thing that God has for us. So it means I need to develop, a regimen for exercise, which is what I need to do. I've got to be ready to learn how to do the exercise that's going to get me the results that I need. And then I've got to track it when I'm doing. How did I do the first week? Did I accomplish the goal that I set out as far as my exercise regimen is for the first week? And then if I didn't, I got to go back and learn again what I need to do to perfect that area that I need to decrease? What about recipes that we're writing, books that we're writing? We've got to learn how to find the joy and learning to write. We've got to set time aside and learn what it takes to accomplish that book in 2025, to get it done, to go after it. We've got to study, and then we've got to measure how we do. Is it specific in what we're doing? Have we set time aside to accomplish that thing in which God has called us to do? So we've got to continue to learn in 2025, and then we've got to cultivate persistency. 2025 is a year that you've got to be persistent in what it is that you're doing. You've got to go after it. It's not a year that we're just going to sit by and do nothing, but it's a year that we've got to cultivate a persistency. Any way necessary, by any means necessary, I've got to attain the thing that God calls me to do. He has brought me in 2025 to manifest that thing that I desire, to manifest that gifting that I have on the inside of me. So I've got to be persistent in going after it. I've got to understand that he that has begun a good work in me, a good work has been established, a good work has started in me. He's going to continue to perfect that thing. So when God is continuing to perfect that thing, I've got to cultivate persistency. Persistency is a growing mindset. It's understanding that things are worthwhile, achieving demands, going after effort. It's approaching this journey that I'm on and saying that I'm looking at the destination. It's appreciating the journey. It's appreciating the value of the process that I'm going through. It's being consistent even though setbacks may come. Even though, you may look at things and things don't look like they're going to be out. But it's encouraging that it's a healthy perspective on failure. It's viewing setback not as the end of the road, not as closure, but it's valuing the feedback that you're going to get. It's understanding that persistency is an integral part of the journey that you're going on. You've got to stay persistent in 2025. You can't allow things to come into your life to set you back, because you can't go back. So don't allow it to set you back. You've got to keep going, and you've got to keep striving. You've got to keep pressing forward to the things that you want to do. My 7th point is you got to seek out constructive feedback. Feedback is the name of the game. Get around people that's going to give you honest feedback. Feedback is going to allow you to see your blind spots. It's going to allow you to see the opportunities for growth in your life. Get around friends that's going to give you the constructive feedback that you need. When you get around the right people that's giving you the constructive feedback you need, they're not personally attacking you, but they see something on the inside of you. So they're offering you the things that they see so that you can grow thereby. You are allowing yourself to hear with an ear of how to I perfect those things in my life from the feedback that you're getting from the other people. My 8th point is you got to surround yourself with growth-minded people. I said to you last week that if you're my friend in 2025, and I got quite a few of them that are on the board this morning, we've got to walk in the right direction. We've got to stay connected. My community has to be a community of people that we're going somewhere in 2025. We're excelling in 2025. We're moving and we're expanding in 2025. So if that mindset is not a mindset that you have for 2025, I might have to walk alone because I can't stay connected to you. Doesn't mean that you're not my friend, but what it does mean is that we're not traveling down the same journey on the same pathway. In 2025, you got to surround yourself with growth-minded people. Surround yourself with people who are having great expectation of the journey. Surround yourself with people who are trying to develop something. In the year of manifestation, you want things to come into fruition. You want to embrace the things that you're going by. You can't embrace the things with a fixed-minded person, a person who's ready to stay in the status quo, a person who does not have an unchangeable or a rubber band mindset. They're not flexible. They can't be pulled. You've got to surround yourself with people that are going somewhere, people that are motivated, people that's going to make that thing leap on the inside of you. That's the people that you got to surround yourself. And then my ninth point and my last point and developing a growth mindset for 2025 is celebrating small wins in the success of other people. When you have a growth mindset, you're not inferior when it comes to other people. You're not jealous when it comes to other people, but you can embrace the other people. You can help them. You can look at them. You can inspire them. You can clap when they win because you know that if they're connected to you, you win also. So we've got to celebrate small wins and we got to celebrate the success of other people. Why do I celebrate the success of other people? Because when I celebrate their achievements of my peers, what I do is I consider how they learn. I consider what they did. I look at the accomplishments that they have accomplished. I look at the strategies that they employed to get where they were. And I can say, are some of those strategies some of the things that I can use in order to get where I'm supposed to be and to maintain where I'm supposed to be in 2025? How can I apply those things or adapt to certain situations that they may have already done? So what I can do is I can applaud their success. I can connect with them because they're successful. Celebrate small wins. If it means you went a day and didn't eat sweets, I'm a sweet eater. Celebrate that at the end of the day. If it means you stayed on your regimen as far as exercise is concerned for 1 week, celebrate that week at the end. Celebrating your small wins will give you the power that you need in order to go through the next place, in order to take the next step, in order to move into the next place. Celebrate small wins on today. As we travel in 2025, I want us to realize as we're traveling in 2025 that we're traveling with a new opportunity, a new mindset. 2024 will be concluded in a couple of hours, and we want to develop a mindset. Whereas, God, I'm growing, I'm expanding in 2025. I'm accelerating this thing that you called me to do. I'm getting in position because I know you called me for such a time as this. We're embracing the power of the growth mind, enjoying the journey as we do. A growth mindset provides you the strength to withstand any setbacks that's going to come the way. You're going to have the resilience to bounce back, irregardless of what's going to happen. And you're going to have the ambition to reach your dreams, reach your goal, to maintain what God has called you for in 2025. When we begin to look at my Tuesday transformation tidbit for today, is challenges or opportunity for growth. Embrace them in 2025. Failure isn't the end, but it's a learning experience for you. Everything that we have encountered in 2024 has set the stage for us in 2025. Learn how to be, I see, yes, learn how to be someone else's cheerleader in 2025. Cheer them on to where they need to be, and then extend a hand to help them. How can I help you to attain the things that God has called you for? How can we partner together to meet the goal together in 2025? My Tuesday transformation tidbit for you on today as we end 2024. Get the mindset, shift your mindset to I can do it. Whatever it is coming your way, whatever it is going to be knocking on the door as 12:01 hits here, let it know that you came to steal from me in 2025. But I came with a mindset that I'm armed and extremely dangerous in 2025. I've got what it takes to succeed, to do the things that I'm called to do. That is my Tuesday transformation tidbit on you. I want to let you know that this is my last Tuesday transformation tidbit for 2024. I will be returning on January the 14th of 2025, just taking a week or two off to get my mind together to where God is traveling to me in 2025 so that I can do and be excellent and excel in the things that I'm giving out and the tidbits that I'm offering on every Tuesday. I want everyone to have a fantastic New Year's. Go into this New Year's believing that I can do it. It's going to manifest for you in 2025, and you can do it. You can accomplish it. You can go after it. Set yourself around people that's going to be your cheerleaders, that's going to applaud your small wins, that's going to understand that we are going to make it together. As we enter, and I've got one announcement before we go, as we enter in 2025, I want to remind everyone that we're partnering together with the Daughters of Destiny because we're doing this thing together in 2025 to join our book club. I need you to go on Eventbrite and to register for this book club. We've already got the book, If Not You, Then Who? And I'm saying to you in 2025, if not you, then who? Who is God calling to do that? Who is God equipping to do what it is? Who is God giving the mindset that you can do it in 2025? We want to see you, but we need you to register so that we could be properly aligned and prepared for this book club in 2025. In 2025, we're doing things in the spirit of excellent. Join us. It's going to be starting on Thursday, January the 16th at 7:30. We're going to be on Zoom. We're going to be giving out our Zoom address very soon. Watch out, because in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see a lot of advertisement about the book club that's coming. And we want to be partners with you in this book club. We want to read together. Purchase the book on Amazon. And then go on Eventbrite and register so that we know that you're partnering with us for the book club. Once again, I want to say Happy New Year to you. I pray blessings upon you in 2025. I pray that God will richly give you what it is that you stand in the need of. I pray for a shift in your perspective, in your mindset. I pray in 2025 that you will gain the mindset that I can do it. We're expanding. We are accelerating in the year of manifestation. Once again, Happy New Year. And I pray that this day will be an amazing day for you. Salam.